Hey guys, welcome to Kipoerneke's Corner. I am over in EverQuest Legends at the moment, and I have just logged into, I believe, Crushbone Key. Um, I just kind of logged out in what I consider to be a somewhat safe place here yesterday. I don't have too long, maybe 30 minutes, but I wanted to hop in and do a little bit while I had the time. Let's see here. Let's go to the QL button. Let's go over to players and let's look on our friends list. Now we can click just the Who button without selecting anyone. And it shows us that Bugejoah is in. He's in the Greater Faydark. He's level 15. So, that's the only of my friends out of the 3 who are currently on. As soon as I moved, I foraged because I have that tied to my movement queue here. Looks like I'm in difficulty level 1 of this. Also, it looks as if I don't have any room for anything in my bags right now. So, let's see. What ought I to do? I could try to fight my way out of here and try to head over to the Dwarven area, Caladim, because I think there's a possibility that I might have enough faction with them to be able to not get attacked, first of all, and possibly even be able to trade with the folk as well. I don't know. Let's see what the faction currently looks like. I cannot remember the name. Is it Storm Guards? Let's try like Storm. Yes, Storm Guard. Amiably. Amazing. Okay, so we're actually doing pretty well there. 1,085 is our standing. Max standing with them would be 2,000. So hey, I mean, that sounds pretty good, honestly. Let's get rid of that. And let's just look overall. Reaction. Okay, Storm Guard is amiably. Emerald Warriors is also amiably, and I think that's one of these groups over here. Faydark's champion is also amiably, so I think we have a good chance of being able to trade with some people. We'll see. Well, we got a fella here who says, "Hey, how's Legends? Legends is good. Have you played EverQuest Legends yet, or do you intend to?" All right, let us move forward. I'm not 100% sure where the entrance to this place is. So I'm gonna wander around a little bit and hope that that I can find it. We shall see. Possible. If I had paid better attention when I came into here, it would help. Because then I would at least have some, some ability to know where I came from. But as it is, I did not pay enough attention, and therefore, okay, I'm going to have to just run around until I figure it out. Now that looks like a little, you know what, I feel like maybe we can go up here and go on to the other side. Maybe we'll be in a closer location to the entrance. I'm not sure. They said, no, I just used to play EQ2. Very cool. I still do play EQ2, and I've been playing on the Origin server mostly, but also on the new free trade server called Wuoshi over there. It's very different than EverQuest Legends. EverQuest Legends is based on EverQuest 1, which you probably already know, but just in case you don't. And I had never played EverQuest 1 before, so it's very, very different game, I would say. Now, I'm going this direction. I think this may be the start. Let's look at the map. I'm right here. What does that mean? Not a whole lot, because it shows me in the center either way. But I think this might be the right way. Judging by the fact that I just got stopped and it says entering the Greater Faydark, I think we got there. Now, I've never been to Peloton yet in this game. I am going to assume that, like in EverQuest 2, there are acorn notes, right? One would assume, or maybe it's not acorns here. Maybe things weren't quite ready for the complete acorn situation, and so maybe we're talking platforms. But I'm assuming that we're going to have treetop escapades, and judging by the map that I see here, this looks about right. All this red, these red lines here. I feel like there's a decent chance that that we'll find some kind of a platform to lift us up. And if so, it looks like we're much closer in Crushbone to Kellethan than we would be in EverQuest 2. What is this? Is this a lift? Maybe? What is it? We got a guard Faith here and guard Pine Shade. Neither of them are attacking me. That seems, hey, cool, amiably, nice. Okay, so, do I click something? Is there a way to get this thing down? Is this the platform on which we ride? Oh, here we go. The platform is definitely lowering. Now, I wonder what happens if you're underneath the platform. Do you get crushed? Does this go up on its own like the acorn lifts in EverQuest 2? We'll see. I'm going to call you T. T says, well, at least you're enjoying it. Absolutely. It's been very interesting. It's very, very different than EverQuest 2. And it's difficult to express all of the ways that it's different. But just be rest assured, it's a totally different kind of game as far as I can tell so far. Over here we have a merchant, pottery supply merchant. Let's see if he likes me. Glowers at me dubiously. That doesn't bode well. So I think he's not loving me. That's another player. We have some nice guardrails on the side of that bridge. I like guardrails in high places. If I fall off of here, I feel quite certain I'll die. He is also doing some glowering. Okay, well, let's give it a go anyway. Let's see what happens if I right-click him. He says it's not enough that you ogres ruined your own lands. Now get lost. All right, cool. That's not very nice. Do I have anybody here that I could trade with? That is the question. This room looks pretty empty. How about in here? What do we got in here? More emptiness. No idea. What would be the purpose of this area? Clicking around in the hopes that something will happen. Other than door opening, I don't really see anything. Alright. Back out then. No clue. Let's see, what does the map say? Does it say anything? No, nothing. Nothing. Gotta be careful not to run off the edge. Pretty sure it'll be instant death. There's a tavern, it says. I've got to like crouch. Can I go into the tavern even crouched? I'm not sure of it. It's not looking good. Oh, we made it in. Excellent. What's interesting is the door is very, very low, but once we got inside, now we have a lot of room to stand, and then the ceiling is, we've definitely got at least, I don't know, I don't know how tall my character is, but those ceilings are pretty high. It's hard to say, but I want to say they're like a third of my ogre's height, taller than she is. It's hard to say for sure. It's what it looks like to me. Now let's give it another run. No, it's just we're stuck. Stuck inside the... Oh, there we are. All right, got it. Tricky getting in and out of there. Just so you know, if you're thinking about going in there, be aware you might get stuck. I didn't check, well, maybe I did. Maybe I did check this guy. I think I didn't, and in fact... Okay, maybe inside this door here. Give it another run. And then pressing X, but it's just not sufficient. No good. Alright. We didn't need that merchant that badly anyway. Most likely, that merchant hates us like all other merchants in this game. Let's come this way. We've got another merchant over here. Merchant, what's the name? Canaldar, perhaps? General supplies? Merchant Canaldar says, I have something here that ogres use. Let me see. It's the exit. Now get lost. Rude, man, rude. Sleepy Willow Inn. You'd think that they would be more amenable. But maybe not. Can't reach that. Get closer. I made it in. It was a tough go of it, but I made it. He says, I don't like to speak to ogres, much less sell to them. Well, you know, honestly, you would think that they would want to sell to ogres more than they might want to speak to them, right? Because the money still, you know, I want to say the money is still green, but I don't know what color the money is. Maybe the money is still gold. I don't know. This exit was 100% not intended for ogre kind. I feel like there's a room over here. We made it. Just by continuing to crouch over and over again and pressing forward, making the effort, we got there. Here we have Nillian the True. Nillian the True regards me indifferently. Let's see. Well, not loving me, I suppose. Maybe not hating me, but maybe just hating everyone equally. Who knows? So we're gonna try to get back through this. I wish we could just sort of turn sideways and shimmy. If I had a strafe button, I might get there. That worked. All right. Now where? Yes. I don't see anything over there on the map. That doesn't mean anything. So let's go explore and find out if there is anything here or not. There's a loom. I wonder if I have the supplies to use a loom here. Let's click on the personal depot and let's search recipes. Inky Shadow Soak. Okay, so I definitely could make a cloak because I have plenty of cloak patterns. It wouldn't actually do me any good to make a cloak. So what reason would I do that for? Can't think of a reason right now. Large tattered belt. I do have a couple of bear belts, as mentioned before. I don't have any belt pattern, and I don't really know of any reason to do that. Let's see. We can make a low quality wolf skin. So if we have a medium quality wolf skin and we rough it up a bit with a skinning knife, then we can make a low quality wolf skin. I don't really have any need to. Dan says happy Friday. Also, just a heads up, I found out that barred horn I had is no drop. Oh, that's a shame. That means no trade, I think. That's unfortunate. But it's, you know, we'll survive, you know. Poor goblin-disguise. Now that's entertaining. I wonder what it takes. Okay, so we have to have a green goblin skin. We'd have to have a copper armband, looks like ×2, a carved wooden mask, a green body paint, and a goblin loincloth. So if it was Halloween, we could knock that sucker on and become a goblin for the day. It'd be the largest goblin that you've ever seen. Incredigoblin. Alright. So, moving forward, what is this here? This is Silk Swatch. Alright. Shadow Silk can be made with a spell called Gather Shadows, Silk Swatch, and Shadow Wolf Pelt. Interesting. Bandages, cool. Silk Thread, nice. Alright, now how can we make silk thread? If we have spiderling silk, we can make silk thread out of that. That's awesome. So, if we made... Okay, we need to make silk bandages. We don't need to, but we could. Now, if we made the silk bandages, would that work with Bind Wound? I don't know the answer there, but I do wonder, and I'm tempted to try to make it just to find out. But I feel like I'm going to have to go and make something else at the moment in order to clear a little bit of room in the inventory. I think my inventory is pretty full. Let's check on the equipment tab and see if I have that filled. I actually have a couple of more spaces for inventory items. I could put some equipment in there. Alright, let's just keep that in mind. Silk bandages are there. Maybe we would want to come back to it. for now, let's have a look and see if we can find a, like an oven, probably. Let's find, and we're gonna go down and try to look for an oven. There we go. And let's try to get over to the oven, because I think I've got some of these foraged goods that I can make something out of, and maybe I can make some inventory space that way. Dan says no drop and no trade are the same thing. Excellent. That is exactly what I wanted to hear. I thought that was true, and I feel like I've verified that every single time that someone says no drop, because it's a little bit of a confusing phrase to me. And maybe what it means, you can't like drop it and have someone else pick it up, if that was a way that maybe trading happened at one point, or that was conceptualized that way anyway. I don't know. I don't understand otherwise why it would be considered no drop, unless I don't know. I heard something about if you trade certain things, then you don't get it, like it doesn't drop for you anymore. Maybe something like that. All right, let's see. Let's search the recipes here once more and see what I might have that I can make. And I don't think that I can afford to buy anything from anyone, because I don't think that they'll sell to me. I doubt that the banker will work for me. I would be willing to try, but I kind of doubt it. We could definitely make some edible glue, and that's on the possibilities list. Takes fire beetle eyes and rat ears, but I might want to use the rat ears, and I might want to use those things for something else. Still do need the pot pretty severely before I can make that fish head soup there. Dan says, yeah, originally stuff was flagged as no drop, as in not tradable, not able to drop it on ground, and then later they changed the flag to no trade. Should be able to sneak and open window from behind this. I understand, but I don't have sneak. I think I have to get higher level before I have sneak, right? And so I've tried to just walk up to them from behind, and they don't seem to care. So I don't think that I can do it yet. I think I have to get higher level first. But maybe soon I'll be able to do that, just not yet. Dan says, I think bards get it. Yes, definitely they do, because I got it on, I had it on closed beta, but I don't know what level it was. It's not in my skill set yet, though. It's a cool thing. If I, if I can remember, and if I need to at that point, then it would be good to do. But yeah, so far, no luck. Dan says level 17 according to AI. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm ways away from 17. I think I'm level 12, maybe 13 possibly. I can check in a moment. Looking for some eggs at the moment. I've heard that different kinds of eggs make different quantities of, what was it, dough? I think. I think I might have some number of snake eggs. So maybe I can make some more noodles. I've made noodles before, and they go into the trade skill depot nicely, so. Dan says, between now and then, you can change your second or third class to rogue if you need spells or whatnot. Sure. Could do. I don't know that I will, but I could. Let's try combining. And, so I'm on the main chat here. We consume some things, but we lack the skill to make noodles. It's a shame we can't make noodles. Alright, here we go. That's more like it. So now I have some noodles. And now the question becomes, how do I get to the trade skill depot? There it is. Let's see if we can put them in there. Can't. So now I've got noodles. And nowhere to put my noodles. What a shame. A little bit of forethought might have gone a little ways there. Okay, let's see. What can I do instead? My understanding from what Arendi told me yesterday was that one of these things, maybe it was the battle plans, are not currently usable in the game because the quest that they're involved in doesn't exist yet. I'm not sure if it's the battle plans or not. I'm a little nervous about using that. But what if I took, I don't know, just a piece of gear would be fine probably, and put it into my equipment slot? That seems possible. We've got a cloth wristband +1. Let's give that a go. Come over here and put it in here. And then, just for safety's sake, having some space, let's put this in here too. Now the equipment slots are full. So let's try making some more noodles. Okay, and hopefully we can just combine those. Yes, okay. That's right, I can click the auto inventory button. It's right there below combine. So we're doing well, going through the noodles. We've got 2 more we can make, so here's one. And our combining skill on this is going up nicely. We now have a 62% chance to make the noodles successfully. Okay, now these are omelets. Maybe I should have done the... No, I couldn't have because I don't have a frying pan. Nor do I have any cheese. So those things would have been out no matter what we did. So, what else might we be able to do here with what we've got? I had thoughts that maybe we could do something with this, these fruits that we have. Not looking good so far. We do have the rat ears, and again, we could do the edible goo if it comes down to it. But I just want to make sure there's nothing else for me to do with those rat ears other than that. Looks like that's going to be the answer. So edible glue it is, right here. We have a 68% chance to create it. First time did not go. Second time we got some edible glue. Now fortunately I already have some edible glue, so that stacks just fine. Got it the 3rd time. 4th time we got it again. So probably we miss it on the next time, right? Looks like it. Okay, we've still got 4 more to go. We should be able to make it. I didn't make it that time. There's some. I have no idea how long the edible glue lasts or what quality of a meal it is. You would think it would be fairly low because, I mean, anything called edible goo doesn't speak particularly well of it. Okay. Now, we have... What have we managed? Okay. One thing I want to do is if I can find a trade skill depot, if I can find a bank, then that would be excellent. I can put these bags in there. I could fill the bags up with stuff. I could put the edible glue, not the edible glue, but I think the noodles into the trade skill depot because they can be used to make other things. So let's see if we can find a bank, first of all, and second of all, we'll find out if we can actually use said bank or not. Not feeling particularly confident about it, and I don't know how to get my faction up with these particular guys because if you click on them, okay, it doesn't want to tell me what faction they are. I don't know how to find out. So like, I can consider them, but it doesn't tell me what faction they are. It's Merchant Tanini, and you would think that that they would have some. I mean, I'm sure there's some way to get the faction up with them. Maybe it's those belts and pauldrons that I was told about, turning them into people. Might be the answer. I'm not really sure. Let's come over to this merchant. No, he has no interest in me whatsoever. He is unimpressed. Alright, we've got this yellow line sending us this direction. I guess it wants us to go here, but it wanted us to go around the correct way. It makes sense. It says Bank of Telethin. You would think that that would work. I'm going to just continue clicking the X and moving the viewing sphere around, and then there we go. We managed to get in. It's a tight squeeze. She barely makes it. Hopefully he'll talk. He is talking to me. It's phenomenal. Okay, so since we got a little attention here, let's try to put some bags in. Okay, is that all the bags? Maybe. We can drag this over to auto bank. It's not using it in the, it's very strange, the order that it put it in. Needed to find out though, so okay. There's that little bag right there, we'll throw stuff into it. Okay, next bag. You can throw that in there. Uh, let's see. Dan says, doing the Wood Elf racial quest in Freeport, turning in red wines and muffins should help with most of it. Wood Elf racial quest in Freeport. Okay, cool, cool. Mostly as guards plus merchant factions, so guilds, class, guild master, and spellbinders may be different. T says, great work, Hellion. Thank you very much. All right. Nice, nice illusion there. All right. So, where is anything else I might want to stick in? We've got some rusty longswords. Those won't fit in the bags, but okay. First of all, I think I'm going to go into the trade skill depot, and we'll see if anything that can go in there. So, I think we press control. No, wait, what is it? Is it shift to pick up the whole stack of stuff? Possibly. Something like that. Yes, shift is doing the trick. So I'm keeping shift pressed, and then I'm just going to try to put in anything that'll go in. I did something there that I did not intend to do, but it made everything very, very strange looking. I don't know how to fix it. That's okay. Won't worry about it. How about that? Alright. So far, so good. I can't imagine that the scarab sack would be scarab egg sack would need to be put into here. And obviously the swords and such aren't going to go. About this. No, no trade. Not heirloom. Okay, it's wrong those tone. T says any TV series worth mentioning lately. No, I'm not much of a TV watcher, so I haven't really watched anything in I suppose years actually. I think the last thing that I watched was what was the name of it? It was Stranger Things. I watched season. I don't even know what season it was of Stranger Things. It was. I think it was the third one, I believe. He says Stranger Things is cool. I thought it was. I thought that the first season of Stranger Things was good. Kind of went downhill a little after that, but the first one was good. Let's put these battle plans in here. Not sure if I need them or not. I think I can toss some books and things and battle plans and all this in here. And I wonder if maybe it may be a good idea to also toss in this head, the blue orc head. I don't know where he goes, so until I find that out, maybe we just throw him in there. All right. Definitely being able to throw some things at least out of the bags and make a little bit of room. So T says, how's the Origins server? The Origins server, I haven't logged in a little while, but last time I was in, it was doing very well. It's been a few weeks, I think, since I was in there. All right, now how, pray tell, did I make these stretched out and huge, these images? What if I close it and reopen it? Maybe that will... No, it did not fix it. Maybe, hey, you know what? Maybe I drug this, or one of these, Yes, I must have drug it over. There we are, that's much better. Okay, I wonder if we can stick this in here. No, no such luck. I didn't know. Maybe the head of the ogre could be used in that manner. Apparently not. Alright. Now one thing we could do is try to find all the rusty equipment and go find a spot to turn that into ore, right? So I think if I come over here to the storage, go over to not currencies, equipment, then I can try to pull out all the rusty stuff. And I have other rusty stuff that's already in my bags, but I don't need to worry about that. Dragon's Hoard, should check into, see if I have anything in there, because I definitely have a bunch of stuff, just not sure if I have any rusty stuff. I have a rusty axe, and it may be a good idea, too, for me to see if I want to combine any of these items with stuff I already have. While I'm at it, let's pop down here. Got a rusty mace. I think we just long click on the left part of that. You know, do a left click. Words are hard. Rusty battle axe. Scimitar. Got a two-handed sword here. T says, what expansion is it on now? The origin server, I believe, is on Ruins of Kunark right now. Think. Got a rusty spear here. Alright, that all looks okay. So, probably I can put some of this stuff together. I do wish that there was an auto sort feature in here. Unfortunately, there is not. Alright, we've got the rusty dagger. It doesn't look like we have another rusty dagger. Rusty spear. Also doesn't appear to have a duplicate. If anybody sees something that they think is a duplicate, feel free to say so. Got a bastion sword here. I don't see a duplicate of that. Same for the mace. Axe. We have a battle axe and a regular axe, and that looks like the only two axes. I know that's the only knuckles that I have. This is a rapier. I do see another rapier. Maybe, nope, not a rapier. Just had the same kind of image. Let's see what else we have here. That's a sewing needle. That's no good. A scimitar. We have another scimitar. Does not look like it. I was about two-handed sword. I don't think so. Broadsword. Doesn't really look like I have any duplicates here. That's a long sword. We've got a short sword. I think not. And a mining pick. So, in that case, let's move these things over. Some of this stuff is plus. I'm thinking like +4 or more. I'll keep it. Anything less than that, I won't. Just gonna go through this all and pull out those that are at least up to level 4. And that's speaking entirely of the rusty stuff. Just because we can tarnish it and then break it down into bricks of ore. I think I had been keeping the +3 stuff previously, but I'm not going to now. Alright, so let's go back to this banker. And we're going to go to, not to the banker at all. I want to go to storage, actually, and throw those into the equipment. Or should I just put it in the banker? Maybe I should just put it in the banker at this point. I think so. That makes sense. They're in the bank. Give it to the banker. Seems like it makes sense. T says ROK is cool. Yeah. Prince Kunark is just fine. Okay. There we are. Now, I'm gonna have to go soon, but I'm gonna try to find the, oh, what's it called? Hey, went through there nicely. I don't know, but I'll know it when I see it. Maybe the forge. Forge is what I'm thinking of. Is it called an ogre forge here? So that was called an ogre forge at the other area. Dan says, time to head home. See you later. Thanks for the stream. No problem, Dan. See you later. Alright, we've got quick find, and then we're going to go down and try to find the forge. Okay, here we go. There's one right there. Let's go for it. Try not to fall off. Easier said than done. You know, I find in EverQuest 2, if I'm not careful, I'll fall off of Calathon because I'm looking at my map and trying to navigate, and then I just fall right off the edge of these. Okay, here we go. There's a forge right there. Very nice. And yeah, we're gonna just try to use the tarnished, or, use the rusty things to make tarnished things. What occurs to me, though, is that I probably don't have enough sharpening stones. Maybe I do? Hopefully I do. Okay, good, I do. Excellent. So, let's combine stuff and make that happen. We got a tarnished one. I'm getting a little bit better at these blacksmithing things. And you can just continue to do it until it says that you have 0 of the thing left, because it may or may not make the piece you want it to. It has a percentage chance to, and sometimes it doesn't happen. And of course, the lower your skill is, the less often you succeed. So be aware of that. You may need a lot more sharpening stones than you anticipate sometimes. Well, that one was rusty, for instance. I don't think that I've gotten at any of the sides yet. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't trust it. Okay. That appears to be all of the rusty things that I currently have, which is interesting because I know I have these rusty knuckles. You would think we would have some tarnished knuckles, but maybe my skill isn't high enough to create a tarnished knuckle yet. Who knows? Now, what we can do is, instead of looking for the ore in question, we can just look for the tarnished whatever we have. In this case, we've got an axe. So, tarnished axe, and not find it. Well, that's what we can do. Next, how about a tarnished bastard sword? Will that work? Maybe not. Maybe this is not working as I hoped. It has worked in the past, but it's not looking like it's working now. Do we need a parentheses? Okay, that worked. Maybe I had an extra space in there or something like that. Highly possible. Let's go ahead and try to make a brick out of this. We lacked the skills to fashion a small brick of ore. It's really sad when you don't have the skills to fashion a brick. It says something. It's like when you can't make coffee, You have people who are like, I can't make tea. I'm like, how can you not make tea? That's incredible. Oh, wait. I don't want to do that. I want to put auto inventory so that it stacks if I have something to stack with, right? So then we have tarnished broadsword. Combine there, and auto inventory. Now that only made one, you'll notice. We got a dagger here. Combine that, and we got another small piece of ore. So I think it depends on the size of the weapon as to how large or how many pieces of ore you get out of it. And then, of course, sometimes you fail to make it entirely, so. Alright, here we go. Combine and auto inventory. So we've now turned all of that stuff into, looks like a couple of small bricks of ore and then 5 small pieces of ore. Now we can make bricks of ore out of pieces of ore. Brick of ore. So we can take this and we can combine it. Because it takes, well, we can't, because I don't have a smithing chisel. So I can't do it that way, but I think down here is where we want. It takes some water to do this. So, looks like I need 3 pieces of ore plus a water flask. Let's go ahead and try it. Combine. We did manage to make a small brick of ore, so that's very nice. So now, we have 2 of the small pieces of ore and 3 of the small bricks of ore. From those, I believe we can make a sheet of metal. We're just going to type in sheet, and it's just sheet metal, I believe. It takes 2 of the bricks of ore, small bricks of ore, and 1 water. Let's go ahead and combine it and see if we can do it. Ah, no, we failed. We lacked the skills to fashion sheet metal. What a shame, what a shame. It's alright though, it was a good effort. Alright, now the trouble is we've got to make it back over to that thing so that we can stick this ore into the trade skill depot. I'm going to move this stuff over here. That was a control. I need to hit shift to stick the whole stack. There we are. Alright. So I'm going to move that stuff. I'm going to move this into the smaller bags because it'll fit. So we need to move things that will fit into the smaller bags that will only hold small items. Okay. Now, we've got a little bit of room in the bags that's going to do well for us. Let's find, and then we're going to find the banker. Okay, back over there, and we can offload this stuff, and I'll have to call it after this, I believe, because I've got possible magic tournament coming up in a little while. So, need to get ready for that, but we got to do a little bit. We got to do some banking and some crafting, which is cool. I'm very interested in this whole crafting system that they have here. It's very different than what they have in EverQuest 2, but it's still interesting. It's difficult to get to the banker when you're a huge ogre, I'll tell you that right now. Alright, let's go to the trade skill depot, open up this, and then we're just going to take these items and toss them in. If I could remember to hit shift, it would help a lot. There we go. Okay, that looks good. One thing that I have none of is water, and I'm gonna have to fix that problem fairly quickly. Because what it means is that I'm not going to heal, or I'm not going to restore my mana. And that's going to become a problem very quickly. Maybe, actually, real quick before I take off, I can find a brewing thing. I better do that later, I think. Oh. Hey, look at that. I scrounged up a pot of water. How nice is that? Where did it go? I don't know. But I see it over here in the forage thing, so possibly. Alright, well, I am going to call it for now, though. It has been a pleasure streaming with you guys. Hopefully I'll see you all later if all goes well. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me and turn on notifications so that we can see the next time that I go live. Hopefully, I'll see you all again.